Happy Monday and welcome back to the ABC4 News at 4 o'clock. We're constructing kids with parenting author and journalist Donna Tatro. She joins us live from Los Angeles via Zoom. And Donna, so good to have you always. We're talking today. Some school districts have had a final wave of students return to in-person learning today. What's the best way for students to get comfortable with delayed starts like this?
Yeah, hi Emily. We need to coach them through this. This is a new transition. We need to find ways to get them up to speed with teachers and friends in this old but new environment.
So tell us some of those things, because it is delayed. This is so unique. I don't know another time, even when I was a kid, that we had a time like this with COVID-19 and this delayed start. How do they get used to this teacher, going back to school, their teacher and their students, their peers, and a new schedule at home?
Yeah, it's really important right now that they can make new friends, see their old friends and their new teachers, right, with confidence. They want to get into this school year, this delayed school year. So the first thing we can tell our kids is ask questions. Get them to get curious, because curiosity sparks conversations with new friends and teachers. So they also have to learn how to tell about themselves as well. They don't want to be the interviewer here, they want to share as well. And also teach them some active listening. That means eye contact, body facing toward the friend or teacher, so that there's that active listening going on. And you know what? Practice it at home with your kids, with a phone call with family members. Say, get on a Zoom maybe and say, you know what, my tiny little kid wants to practice with you so that he could feel better at school. And family members, of course, will do that. So practice is really important.
That is huge. And I think you're right. When you say put your kid on a Zoom call with a family member, that does help to ease the nerves of having to start that conversation. So on that note, how important is it for young children to learn conversation skills? And is there an age where we should expect a certain level of conversation skill, or does this start at even a young age?
Look, I think that we're always growing and evolving and learning, and it's all about age appropriate, right? So if we're going to try to teach our kids these skills, then we need to model this kind of warmth and respect as well. So within our households, early on, we're teaching these conversation skills by teaching them how we're having conversations with them. We're not trying to control them. We're not trying to control them through threats or punishments. We're trying to show warmth. We're trying to show respect. And then that modeling will then take over into their life, into school, and with friends and teachers.
So good, so good. So what can parents do better? I know there's a long list, but what would you say today on this specifically? What can parents do better?
I think that we need to really talk to our kids and show that warmth and respect like I talked about. Being warm with your children is going to allow them to be warm with others. It's going to open that door. So even though we're so stressed out right now, of course we are, but taking that deep breath ourselves, pushing back and being warm and respectful to our kids, that's going to then help them in life and in school right now.
That's huge. So good. Okay, well, how can we help our child navigate the emotional roller coasters known as, schools, just to be your child's emotional coach type?
Yeah, I think you got to teach your kid to read the room, right? I mean, as adults, we have to learn how to read the room. And so if a kid sees a bunch of kids playing soccer, they're not going to go in and say, hey, let's play another game. They've got to get into that soccer game. So then how are they going to do that? They're reading the room. How can they do that? They can go and ask questions. Hey, how can I help out in this game? Actually, you know what? I'm a really good goalie. Can I pitch in? So teaching our kids how to read the room is going to help them in this transition.
Kate, we have just a few more seconds, but I'd love you to go into a little more on how do you teach the beginning steps of reading room? Like you said, instead of interjecting your activity that you want to play, jump into what other people are doing. But what are some other things that these kids can do to help read a room?
Yeah, I think that when we bring in our emotional intelligence into this and teaching our kids that they can feel their emotions, but also know that other kids are going to have emotions as well. So that's why we're going to read the room and see what's going on. We have to be aware that other people are doing things and have emotions as well. And also letting your kids know that, you know what, this is a difficult time. You're not the only person feeling like this. A lot of kids are feeling like this, and that gives some relief. And I love to tell parents as well, and I do this as well for myself with my kids, when they're not feeling kind of that they're part of what's going on, or they're alone in all of this. Give them a story from your own childhood. Let them know, you know what, I went through this too. This is kind of what happened here when I wasn't feeling like I was a part of things, but then I tried to get into it this way. So give that storytelling to them as well. It'll help them not feel so alone.
Donna, thank you so much. Always words of wisdom shared today. We talked about reading the room, teaching your child how to read the room. As a parent, being warmer so that our child in return can be warm towards those at school. And then also, because many kids are going back to the classroom, this delayed start like you talked about, just asking the questions so that they can get comfortable quicker in that setting. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up and tell people how they can get their questions answered by you?
You know what, I just think that, you know what, just as we are as parents going through all this, so are our kids. So the more empathy and compassion that we have, even when those emotions are high, the difficult ones are coming out, just to know that it's okay. We're going to ride this wave. We're going to get through it.
We're going to get through it. All right, Donna, thank you so much. And if you have any questions for Donna, you can send a video question to kidsunderconstruction@abc4.com, and we might even answer your question here on TV. Again, author, journalist, parenting advisor Donna Tatro, thank you for joining the ABC4 team. You can catch Donna and our Kids Under Construction segment every Monday and Friday right here on ABC4 News at 4 o'clock. And don't forget to listen to the Kids Under Construction podcast. You can download that at abc4.com. Just click on the podcast tab.